You won't believe how easy this is to perform and how impossible it looks. This trick is also completely self-working and can be performed with any shuffled deck. So grab some cards and let's uncover the magic. Okay, so as ever, let's kickstart by taking a look at the effect itself, a true mind boggler. And we're going to start with a shuffled deck. So just hand the cards to a spectator. They can shuffle the cards as much as they like. Now you're going to ask a spectator to name a number, quite a large number, say between 20 and 30, but it's a totally free choice. Let's say in this instance, they name the number 22. You're also going to ask a second spectator just to think of a number, but a smaller number this time. And to make sure the second spectator isn't influenced by the first spectator, you're just going to ask them to cut a small pack of cards from the deck. And it really is a free choice. They can cut the cards wherever they like. Now you're going to turn away so that you can't see anything. And you're going to ask the second spectator just to silently count how many cards they've cut from the deck. So in this instance, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 cards. And you'll then just ask them to place these cards to the side and out of sight. With yourself still looking away, you're now going to ask the second spectator to take a look at and remember the card at the position in the deck corresponding to their secret number. So in this case, the 10th card. So they'll just count down to the 10th card. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And they'll remember this card just here. So in this instance, we can see the King of Hearts. And once they've remembered that, just ask them to place the pack back on top of the deck. At this point, you can turn back around and you're going to take the cards. Now you can explain to second spectator that you want to try to get a clear mental image of their card. And you can explain that in order to do that, you're going to spread through the cards, showing them individually, but you only want the spectator to think of their selected card. So no matter what card they see, to only picture their selected card and make that really clear in their mind. So you're just going to continue to spread through the cards like so, asking them to picture that card. And once you think they've got a clear image of that card, just ask them to confirm they're really clearly picturing their card, and hopefully they'll say that they are. And with that done, you just emphasize that their selected card is now at a totally random position in the deck. You can explain though that you're now going to try to find their card without even looking. And not only that, you're going to try to move it to a new position in the deck corresponding to the random number named by the first spectator. And to make this as difficult as possible, we're going to use all of the cards. So just ask the second spectator to bring out their secret pack from earlier, and these can just be added to the deck. Reminding everybody that there is absolutely no way that you can know the identity or the position of the selected card. You're now going to take the deck and place it behind your back. So taking it behind your back like so, you're just quickly going to find one single card just there and place it into a new position in the deck, just there. And once you've done that, you can bring the deck back out to the front. Recapping that you said you were going to move the selected card to a new position, you can now ask the first spectator to remind everybody of their randomly chosen number. Of course, in this instance, it was 22. Explaining that there can only be one card at that position in the deck, and you're hoping it's now the selected card. So you're now just going to count down to the 22nd card in the deck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Placing the final card to the side. For the very first time, you can now ask the second spectator to name their card. Of course, in this instance, it was the King of Hearts. And now you can reveal that this card right here, found and moved behind your back, is indeed the King of Hearts. Now, they'll probably be impressed with that, but you're going to explain that that is not all. Because when the second spectator was picturing their card, you were also picturing a card of your own. In this instance, the 8 of Clubs. And with the cards behind your back, you also found and moved that card to a new position. For the very first time, you can now ask the second spectator to name their secret number from earlier. Of course, in this instance, it was the number 10. You can now deal down to that card, the 10th card. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Placing the final card to the side. Reminding everybody that the card that you pictured was the 8 of clubs. You can now ask a spectator to turn over this card here to reveal that it is indeed the 8 of clubs. Okay, so let's take a look at the secret to this effect. And if you enjoy learning tricks like this, don't forget to hit subscribe. Now, you really do start with a shuffled deck. A spectator can shuffle the cards as much as they like. As you take the deck back, you're secretly just going to glimpse and remember the bottom card of the deck. So here we can see the King of Diamonds, and this card is going to be your selection in the second part of the trick. With that card remembered, you're now going to ask a first spectator to name any number, say between 20 and 30, but it's a totally free choice. Let's say that they name 22. You're now going to ask a second spectator to cut off a pack of cards from the deck in order to generate their random number. Now, you want this number to be smaller than the first number, so just a small pack, not too many cards, but it really is a totally free choice. As you look away, ask them to silently count the number of cards they've just cut, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then just to place these cards out of sight. Ask the second spectator now to count down to the card at a number corresponding to the number of cards they've just cut from the deck. So in this case, the 7th card. And again, doing this silently so that you can't hear. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ask them to remember this card. So in this case, we can see the 4 of clubs, and then to place this pack back on top of the deck. At this point, you're now going to turn back around and take the cards. You're now going to spread the cards, showing them to the spectator, asking them to visualize their card. But as they do so, you're secretly going to be counting the cards. So remembering the number chosen by the first spectator earlier, in this instance 22, you're going to start counting from the number after that, starting with the top card. And you're going to continue counting until you get to 52. So starting here with 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 49, 50, 51, 52. And when you get to 52, you'll stop counting. You'll now take all of the counted cards and place these underneath the other cards and place the deck back on the table. Now here, if you like, you can also just perform some false cuts or shuffles of your choice to make it look as though things really are mixed. You'll now ask the second spectator to bring out their pack of cut cards from earlier, and you'll just add these to the bottom of the deck. Following all of that, the second spectator's selected card is now at a position in the deck corresponding to the number chosen by the first spectator. So now you can just pretend to find and move the card behind your back, but actually you don't need to do anything. Bringing the deck back out to the front, you can now count down to the first spectator's number. So in this case, 22. 1, 2, 3, 21, 22, placing the final card to the side. Take the rest of the dealt cards here and just place these on top of the deck. Asking the second spectator to name their card, you can now reveal it to be this card right here, in this case, the 4 of clubs. You can now take the deck and name the card that you say you pictured yourself, and here you're simply going to name the bottom card that you remembered from the beginning, so in this case, the King of Diamonds. Now, unbelievably, this card is now at a position corresponding to the second spectator's secret number. Asking them to name that number, you can now deal down to that card, in this case, the 7th card. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, placing the final card to the side. And you can now reveal this card here to be your chosen card, in this case, the King of Diamonds. And there you have it. A trick like this is proof that with focus and the right steps, you can create something powerful. So carry that same mindset beyond the cards and you'll find the confidence to succeed everywhere. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next tutorial.